Hey, what's up, traders? Fix Hunter here. I hope everybody can hear me now. I'm sorry I started a couple seconds late. Actually, was not prepared properly. It looks like that my mic is working. So let's start with the intraday's views, and we will look what could might happen in here. First of all, I want to mention that tonight we actually have a FOMC. It is correct, right? So it's gonna be FOMC projection statements, fund rates, FOMC conference. And there is some expectation that they could actually raise the interest rates for another 75 basic points, right? Uh, which will bring a lot of volatility into the markets. Let me zoom it a little bit for you, right? So this week, in my opinion, it's quite crazy for the intraday trading because what we have here. So it's the USD tonight central bank. Tomorrow, Japanese central bank, Swiss central bank, uh, uh, British central bank. Thursday, Friday again, JPY bank holiday, and euro. A lot of red news around the inflation, and on the end of the day, Fed power speaking, right? So if you really don't have to trade, if you feel that it's might good time to take a break, I suggest you to take a break. I have opened one trade yesterday. I had a loss, and I got some swing trades, some swing opportunities, and waiting for the hello, Mr. Schwarzenegger. Hello, Bronan. Hi. Yeah, this is really crazy, and I believe that there's gonna be a lot of volatility because many pairs are all on the even decades, multi-decades extreme levels. If we look to the dollar index on the monthly, let me zoom it a little bit and let me hide this my drawings, so we can see we are on the highs where we not been since. You see, we are even higher than 2022. So we are on the highs, on the 20 years highs, right? If we look to euro, the euro has not been such low. And I don't have the long history in here, but I think if we look to this euro, it's gonna be longer, right? So the euro is as low as well 20 years, right? Look at the pound. Pound is even on the, it's maybe even more like that's a crazy, Aussie, all right. Aussie has dropped here during the corona, so okay, but still, it's quite low. As again, as if you look to Swiss franc is still kind of ranging. Kiwi as well. This is a huge drop, right? So, and then if we look to crosses, like we will find there is a lot of like really lows, right? Here is the levels were mostly coming some reversals, which looks good for the swing trading. And definitely, I will want to take a opportunity on this. So I will be speaking about what I'm seeing on these pairs. But right now, so let's look to the intraday and the lower time frame. So as said, this is a dollar index. So dollar index has moved last week up, and since then it's in this boring range, right? When, as you can see, it is simply picking the liquidity, right? So price has moved lower, then they picked up this liquidity, attracted traders into the longs, where these traders who entered long put their stop losses, of course, down here, right? So then it simply came for this. Right, please understand that as I'm saying simply now, it's of course simple because I see it will happen, right? But in that moment, it's of course not that simple. If it would, we all be making billions and billions. So it took out these 2 days lows, and then yesterday moved higher, taking out previous week's high. So here is where is the currently the dollar index before the FOMC. So if I should say what would be the direction, it of course can change a lot today because, as said, there is a possibility that they will rise even more than 75 basic points, right? So that can do a lot. It can clear this liquidity, right? Or and then drop down, or even it can do something like clearing this bottom first and then going higher, right? So for me, for today, I will not touch it. Yes, here is the euro. And euro, we can see it's actually the opposite of the dollar index, right? So we can see the price has dropped on that news since then it was in the range, created this double bottom cleared out. Here we had this liquidity up, cleared out, boom, again, sucking up long traders, buyers, taking out stop losses right now here on the low, previous week's low. So in my opinion, we will see a drop lower, right? So maybe some small pullback higher, and then we will most likely see a drop through this level. And during the news, I would not be surprised if price goes down here, right? But for me, it's I'm not interested to trade it because what I will have to do with this short, where I will put stop loss in here, to targeting this. It's okay, but it's not interesting for me, right? This is here is still a lot of levels above this, right? So here will be if I put stop loss above this level, here is a level, here is a level, here is a level where all these people who will be shorting in here, they will put stop losses, right? Like it's taught in every stupid trading book. They say put the stop loss below the latest swing high, So some people put stop loss here, some people here, some try to be clever and they want to have a stop loss in here, right? So it's not, you know, uh, for me, would be better if I see that the liquidity was taken out in here, and then we get uh, a like a quick move which goes above some highs on the 1 minute, right? In that moment, I would know that liquidity below all these levels was taken out, and then that the price will most likely not go here again, right? And then I need just 1 2 3 risk reward trade, right? So if I go 20 minutes, would be looking like this, right? Even like that. 1 2 3, right? So that's of course the example. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but this is an example what I would be looking for. And in this moment, I actually don't need to care what is the trend, if is it downtrend or the uptrend. I just trading the liquidity stop hands, right? So that's would be what I would be looking for. But is expecting the news tonight. I think that's not probably gonna happen, right? Here is the pound. So pound, we have these two lows here, and these will be definitely taken out, right? So this I can say, of course, I should not say anything with the 100% on the markets, but this is like 100% is gonna be taken out, right? Because why? Let's follow the whole story, right? So we can see that the price came down and it start to move higher, then it drop lower, then it move higher. So some traders entered at the break of this trend line, targeting some highs. Some of them probably took profits, but some of them not. And some another traders probably entered the breakout here, right? So these traders who entering the breakout here, where they put the stop losses? Where they creating the liquidity, which is the market constantly hunting? Well, some of them may be here, and some of them, and maybe the most of them, it's gonna be below here, right? So, in my opinion, price will come down here, right? Maybe it will give this chance to move a little bit higher, to attract some more buyers in here, because these some people will might think that, okay, price bounced here 3 times, so it means this is a strong support. Let's buy, and it's gonna be buy, buy, boom, goodbye, right? So. That that is my view, and if what I would like to see here is, and it's a pattern which I'm watching for quite some times, and it's working actually. So if I see a previous week's low broken, for example, it's gonna be broken today, which is a Wednesday, then the price retrace, and then next day we're gonna have, so this Wednesday's low is gonna be previous day's low. This low is broken and price start to give a higher highs. Then I'm interested in entering a trade, right? Where I would be looking for the target, this would be quite nice, right? You can see these two equal highs. We can see this previous day's highs, right? So here was some nice highs, which I think the price will visit. Why? Because again, breakout traders entering here, but breakout traders will enter here as well. Once the price break, let's say today the price will break, it will retest. And here, some more traders will enter with target, I don't know where, and they will be putting their stop losses somewhere. So some will be here, some will be here, some will be here, right? And while looking for another day break, because in this moment, is another group of the people who is entering, right? So it means that in that moment there is even more liquidity in this level, right? And there is of course those as well who enter in here on this first breakout. So there will be like there will be groups of the people who will enter on the breakout, then those pullback traders entering shorts, and then this low breakout, another traders entering short, right? Then we got stop loss cluster here, we got stop loss cluster here, and one here. Okay, so yeah, and then this mechanism is quite, still saying simple, right? This mechanism works in that way, and you know it, obviously. We all know it. We enter the breakout, right? Price retrace, then it goes, and here we say, oh, yes, I entered amazing trade. And then it starts retrace against you, right? So, what I am actually trying to trade is that I am, if I should describe, I'm trying to trade against these breakout traders, right? Because it's giving me the highest probability. And this level 1.13, like the whole number, could be a support. Why? Because not because it's a psychological number, but because the big players, big banks are trading on the whole and half and the quarter levels, right? So if we see a nice volume below this level, that means that they could be entering a long. All right, so that's for the intraday. This was more about the education and about what I see, but not about the entries. There is a probability, but when we got this too much news happening right now, I will not be doing that. I will not be trading it, right? So here is a view of the euro, right? So again, previous day's lows, previous week's low. Here is the liquidity, previous month's low, right? So waiting what's gonna be happening in here. In the best occasion, this would be something I would be tracking, right? Again, look at this, right? Relative equal highs. That would be a short sellers stop losses, right? Will be here. We have trend line here, people entering short in here, definitely. And once it breaks previous day's lows, previous week's low, more shorters will mean more liquidity in here. This is pound, and here is something what I have described in the previous chart, right? So waiting for the previous week's low, day's low broken, and then swing entry long. Here is a similar case on the OZ. So waiting for these breaks, which we getting right now. So I think the price will go a little bit lower, maybe tomorrow, one more, and then perfect entry uh, would be on the Thursday, because mostly the Thursday is a reversal day. All right, so here is a USD CAD, and here is that pattern which I said that I am tracking, right? So we had this previous week's high, right? Let me show you a boom. Previous week's high broken up here. Then this is obviously previous that day which it was broken. This is previous day's high, which was on the Tuesday, right? So it was broken on Monday 19, then 20, right? And here is a 2 days high. So most likely, as I expect the dollar index to go even higher, might going higher. So what I would be tracking is a break of the structure, right? So what I want to see is a price going higher. If it creates a new structure here, I will have to update this line higher, right? Then once it breaks, I will be looking for the short, right? USD CAD is quite difficult for trading because it's not making these pullbacks, right? It's not often doing, it breaks, but it doesn't do this. It's mostly go like this. So this one is quite difficult for trading. Here is the GBPOZ. I was actually saying yesterday that I would like to see this liquidity below these two lows taken out, right? When the price was used. Price dropped, another bounce and price moving higher. So here will be a lot of liquidity and price will most likely go down here. So actually, I think that shorting this could be good because we have another lows and liquidity in here. So in my opinion, price will come down here, but we again need to see another liquidity being taken out here, which is this previous day's high. So I think that if we get something like this, then this short would be interesting, and I will actually put alarm here because I want to see it. Here is a pound cat, similar case, waiting, right? So it is looking like bullish. We had some breaks here, but in my opinion, let me clear all this. Uh, you know, in my opinion, this would be still taken out, right? So, as said, entering here, we're trying to catch a trade. It can sometimes work, but where you have to put stop losses here, even here. So then I think that for the market makers, this is more what would happen, right? So then you want to actually enter in here with a lower stop loss, right, like this. So next one is a euro franc. Euro franc is on the multi-years low as well, right? And we can see previous month low was taken out, then the price starting moving higher. Now we had this previous day's low and the previous week's low. So monitoring these two levels definitely for the some wipe out and take then moving higher, right? This one is Kiwi Frank, and I really like this one. Even though I said I want to short them this month, which was actually somewhere around here, and I was not able to enter the trade. It didn't give me the pullback I was looking for. And in my opinion, right now, as we have broke through this previous week's low, then the previous day's low, I think that we will be looking for the reversal in here very soon. So, Kiwi Frank, watching this today's previous day's low, yesterday's low to be broken down, and then I will be interested to watch it for the higher highs and entries, right, into the weekly open at least. So that's for this one, and same is on the Aussie franc, right? Watching the previous week's low to be broken here is even the previous year's low, right? So that would be big, you know. So once this is taken out, I think that if the price breaks through the previous year's low, uh, it will give some pullback, right? So looking for entry, but first it has to drop down here, right? So I got alarms in here. Next one is as Aussie Kiwi. We actually entered a short yesterday because again this pattern, right? So we have the previous week's high broken, then we had the previous day's highs, which was here, broken up. Here as well, the long-term liquidity taken out, right? So we entered a short, and now the price is making a pullback, right? So obviously, it can takes me out. It can happen, but if that happen, I would be interested to enter the short from here, right? From the breaks again. But currently, I'm in this trade, and it can, of course, go wrong. We will see. That's a probability game. Next one is USD JPY, and here is actually some interesting. So what I did last week, we actually entered a short in here on this pullback. I was expecting the price as it broke through this liquidity zone, through this order block. I was expecting the price to make a pullback and then drop lower, right? But my stop loss was not hit, and the price actually closed in the exact same level, which created this, you know, this double top. And then it was ranging down here, right? So I closed the trade somewhere around the break even or so. And then I was like, oh, they will come for this, you know, because as we always repeat, when they leave somewhere these equal highs, they mostly comes for that. And that's what I'm right now tracking in here. The price is ranging, and I believe that it's coming up for this previous week's high, maybe then the previous day's high, you know, 146 level, break, retracement, and then we can go down here, right? Because again, once the price break through this, people will take a long, right? And again, where they put stop losses, those who enter long here, they will get stop losses somewhere below these levels, right? Some big players, they even some hedge funds are losing money, but they have money to trade with such a stop losses, right? So it's still a mechanism going up and down, you know. So someone is going to me, okay. So this is what waiting for here. And then we got a similar case in here, right? So Aussie JPY, we actually got this trade and we closed 90% of the trade in here. Right now, waiting for the price to take out this liquidity. Why? Because once the price broke through this, you know, in here, someone shorted most likely, and stop losses will be here. Yeah, so we're waiting for this to be taken out and we will add another position, right? Same is cut JPY. You can see price broke here, then it start to consolidate here, breaking through the previous week's low. So right now I believe we will get this previous day's high taken out, right? Maybe if the price start to short here, breaking some trend line, then even more people will short it with stop losses above this and this level, right? So I will wait here. Of course, this waiting, it's sometimes, you know, not painful, but you want to have a trade, you feel that you have to be in a trade. But and obviously it's very difficult in this moment when you see that you are bearish, that it's coming and that the price is coming down, like for whole week you missing the trade, right? So yeah, it's of course difficult to wait, but if you don't wait and you don't want to miss this trade, so then you enter here, right? And you will be late because you shorting the low. That's what you don't want to. So you must wait, right? And this waiting might could be until the next week. So I'm still waiting for this. um, this one is Frank. We had actually short somewhere around here, then the price come back into that level, and then now it's retracing. You see, simple. Why? Because it breaks through this low, right? So those who short that, stop loss is here, right? So most likely coming here. So I'm waiting on this liquidity level for the entry into the next short, right? I am targeting actually this previous month high. So waiting and want to see this. Tomorrow is this Swiss National Bank and the JPY, sorry, Japanese Central Bank. So I hope that it's not gonna do something like this, right? Because otherwise I will not be able to catch it. So let's see, but it's possible. Aussie cat, nothing in here. Euro JPY, same case. Waiting for some pullback into these higher, into this premium prices to short it. And what we got next is an NZD cat, nothing. And yeah, and that's probably it. So yeah, my friends, we'll just check if we have any. Bro, is it possible to place pending order one buy, one sell, just a minute before news with tight stop loss? But no TP. Yes, my friend, it is possible. So, but what you are actually talking about is that, for example, I have tried this so many times, right? So you got some range, here we're gonna have a news coming out. So you mean placing doing this, right? So like this or like that, right? So speculating that the price will break to the one side. It can, of course, happen, you know, but the problem is that the algorithm mostly does this. It does up, down, and then it goes um, one direction, or sometimes even doing this, and staying like that. That's mostly happening right now on the NFP. Uh, in the past, I remember in 2014, the NFP was very volatile. It was moving like 100 pips at least on every major pair. Right now, it's not happening. So yes, if we have the range, you can speculate that the price will break one side. But what mostly happens is that, as I said, you got a liquidity, here, and you have liquidity on the other side as well, So, and you have liquidity in here. And mostly what this what this central bank algo is doing is it will make this, and for example, then that, right? So hard to say. You can try it. You must back test it. I used to be trying to do something like this during the news, but I'm not doing this anymore. You're risking money, And if what I suggest, if you do this, uh, put on the account just the money you want to lose, because it would be not. I don't want to say stupid, but it would not be clever to do this on the account where you have, for example, let's say 20,000. Even if you trade with a very small position, what can happen in here, if this move is very sharp, your stop loss, uh, for example, the price move down here, and then it moves against you, and your stop loss is here, right? So you expecting that your loss would be this, which is, let's say, 10 pips in here. But in the fact, as the spread mostly widen during the news, they will execute your stop loss, let's say, in here, you know because during because the spread will be wide, so the loss can be much bigger than you expect, right? And about this, I just want to say one thing. I used to be working in the broker in back in 2013 14, when I went to the Cyprus to uh, make my career in the Forex. And I remember it was here, this candle, right? Okay. It was some alarms. Some previous days lows was probably hit on the euro, I think. You see pound is going down. All right, euro, right? You can see that. So they broke through it. Okay, so that means that the dollar index is going up, right? Okay. Anyway, in this moment, I'm not interested anything to do, right? I need to see on the lower time frame the price to start to move, and making the consolidations, and then some reactions. So, but let me finish this, what I want to tell you in here. This was quite brutal in here. Uh, let me, like this, it was, yeah, this is it. Uh, in here, actually, the Swiss National Central Bank was saying that they will never actually raise interest rates, but they did it. And look what happened in here, right? And this is a daily time frame, so it doesn't look too big. But in the fact, I think that candle was like a, you see, 800 pips. And if we go lower time frame, I will have to zoom. Where is that? All right, let's go. If we go lower time frame, okay, I will not find it on the lower time frame. Let's, anyway, I can explain on the daily. So yeah, they were saying that they will never raise these interest rates, and that it's not happening, blah 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 blah. And now imagine that all these people was, for example, bullish in here, and if you was bullish in here, because look, this, it looks small, this stop loss, but this is 80 pips, right? So this loss is actually, if you trade with the 0.10, okay, it's 59 pips. If you trade with the 0.10, it's going to be something as a 50 dollars, something like that. Yeah, $50, right? And then imagine that you are thinking like, okay, if they raise the interest rates, I will get the stop loss, nothing big. But this move, it was, you go and find it. It was like it was in the 1 minute candle. This was 1 minute candle, and your platform was frozen, and you could not do anything. You could not close the position. And then look, they closed you somewhere around here. So then if you have a like a 0.10 position, 0.10, they will close you like a minus 1700, right? With the 0.10. Then imagine there was a people who was trading, like, let's say, with 2 3 lots. So then you got like 3 lots, 1700. Then you had lost like a 7,000 in the minute. You could not do anything, right? So trading the news is very dangerous game, because the broker doesn't have to fill your stop loss on your requested price. They can fill you somewhere, but they want to, and you cannot do anything because they got it in their terms and conditions. And basically by opening a opening a account, you actually agree with their terms and conditions. Oh, you can see, right? So this start to looks good. All right, my friends. But anyway, I think I will not do anything today because it's quite nice wipeout, right? Drop down 40 pips. Look, pound drop down here. You see? So I was saying I should not say definitely, but look, they basically clear it. They clear it so quickly that. All right, so let's see what's gonna be forming in here. Um, but still, this is quite a, you know, this here still will be the liquidity, right? So still, I think the price will can go higher, but still, I think we will see lower prices. Anyway, my friends, so this is it for today, and I wish you happy.